So I don't love Broadcom. I think that it's, number one, just
All
the
right.
options on it are a little spready. And
Good
number two,
morning. Are we
it's just not
live?
really doing anything in here. So if it rallies and
I
rejects here,
think we're
maybe there's
live. It
short
says we're
opportunity
live.
for risk reward back to the
It's
lows.
good.
If it breaks down here and can
It's
capture or at
9:22,
least attempt
2025,
to break
9:10
and then hold the
a.m.
daily 20,
Let's
right?
play the stock market
331.30
today.
starts to become a little
Let's play a
interesting.
little bit of
That might
stock
take a
market.
day or two to play out. We'll see.
We're going to
But
wait
under
for everyone to start
341.80,
getting
again,
in,
it's not really
if
a short
anyone's
for me.
going
I'd be
to
more
come
interested
in.
in trying longs off of this 331.30 spot, daily 20.
But either way,
All right.
we're still going to come in here and
So that's
do our
Broadcom.
thing.
Let's get through AMD, Robinhood, and then we've got all these additional names to probably
All
just
right, we're
take a
going to look
quick
right
peek at.
here.
We're talking quantum, we're talking nuclear.
All right, let me clear that stuff out the way. All right, let me see if I'm actually on, because I'm very new to this. I am trying to get it right, so please be patient with me. Um, right here. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, awesome. We're live on we're live over here on Twitch. Well, YouTube. Let's see if we're on Twitch. All right, it's like this is the first time I'm streaming at two places at the same time. I'm currently streaming on Twitch and I'm streaming on YouTube. So please be patient. I wanted to sign on early enough so I can get all this stuff out the way. Just all this learning curve out of the way. All right, let's check Twitch. Day trading, YouTube, check for options. Okay, awesome. Awesome. We're up over here as well. Let me make sure the sound is good. All right, great. Great. Awesome. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Our notes. All right, so what time is it? It is 9:12. Okay, we got plenty of time. Let me find some news. Just find something we can watch. And you know what? We're gonna put that somewhere else. We're gonna bring you out here. Because that's what we really want. You know what? We can get rid of these two. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. Because we need as huh? No, absolutely not.
I gotta get to work, Chuck.
I,
Gotta pay my bills.
oh my god. All right, shut up. Shit. Can you go all the way out there, please?
Okay.
I'm.
All right, Chuck. All right, Chuck.
Damn. Yo. All right, there's nothing here. I'm just so flabbergasted. I'm just so flabbergasted. Like, what the fuck, man? Nothing going on there. Ah. Ah. My God. All right, well, this was 919. Let's go over our previous notes. Actually, let's just get centered, get focused. Oh, we probably won't be able to do anything like that right now. Okay. Oh, that's cool to see that. All right. So last week, I was the 19th. So I have two sets of notes that I usually follow. Let's keep an eye here. Let's put this back. All right. Last week, pre-market, we hit a high of 662.79. And then pre-market, we hit a low of 659.79. We had a high 64, a low. What did we close at? I guess this was the 663.70. 70. We don't care about that stuff right there. All right, let's put today's date. 9. Deuce, deuce. Up. All right. Nah, that's a SPY. What did I put before? Yeah, it was just SPY. And we just went straight there from the notes. Now we want the pre-market levels. Pre-market levels, that's going to be our high and our low. We don't really put, high and low, just high up top, low, down low. But then down here, of course, we're looking for a high, so we're going to put it up top. High of the day, low of the day. I put it in the middle for intraday. So it's like notes inside of notes. We have our open and close next, respectively. Now, all this information is going to, come different parts of the day. You're not going to get the close until the end of the day. We're getting the pre-market numbers, pretty much now. So then what are we looking for? We're looking for watch contracts. All right. Now, of course, throughout the day, these levels are going to change. So we just have to be mindful of that. All right. So we have pretty much the basis of our notes. And and that's like a big deal right there. That's the big thing that we really want to do. Main source sounds. I guess we don't have to really worry about that too much right now because we got over there. What time is it? All right, 9:18. All right. So I didn't know if I want to get on at 9:20 or like 9 o'clock. I wanted to shoot for 9 o'clock, but I had to finish up some food and I had to go to the store. So I had to get some things so I can be ready for the stream. I made me a little kielbasa and egg sandwich on toast, threw some butter on it, butter on the toast. Boom, boom. I got that. Got my apple juice. I got my water. I went to the store so I can grab some Red Bulls. We don't know how long of a day or thick of a day it's going to get because it can be a short, thick day or a long, thin day. We are in a holiday season right now. Ram Kapoor. Ram Kapoor, I think something like that. And traditionally for like the past since the introduction of the stock market, it has been traditionally bearish. This is just one of my many alarms. That's my 920 alarm, just so I can just understand what's going on and where it's going on at. I think I'm solo dolo right now, so all right, let's see if I'm actually going to be able to do this or not. Well, I probably won't be able to do it if I do this, because I guess the dual stream is taking some band away. Bitcoin crash? I don't think Bitcoin is crashing right now. You know, crypto is very volatile anyway. You definitely shouldn't be in there. Where's Bloomberg? I can't find Bloomberg. No, that's not Bloomberg. You definitely stole their shtick. What? Hello? Hey, what's up? Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, bet. I think. All right, yep. Can you turn that down, please? Shit. Dang. Where are you? Where art thou? What's on the news? Nothing is on the news. No news. This is CNBC news still. No news. No Bloomberg? What's up with Bloomberg? What are you guys talking about? All right, we're going to put this up. No, news channel. All right, news channel. News sound.
Especially across tech, with strategist Seema
Right
Shah
there.
of Principal Asset Management. This is Bloomberg Open Interest.
There we go. All right. What are they looking at anyway? Since we're here. Asia index up. European index. All right, nothing. All right, return this off. News channel. Boop. News sound. Boop. All right, that's done. What time is it? 9:24. All right. Do I have my notes? You know what? I have more notes actually. That because I write down like a lot of stuff too. So those are contracts. We also have some events too. put. We have a Fed speaker today, actually. Fed speaker at 9:45. This could move the markets. Uh, uh. Fed speaker at 9:45. What else? Watch over for a play gap. So we're looking for a gap right now, 662. So they're looking to close it right now. So they're going to close the gap pre-market, and then we're going to have to find our direction from there. Powell speaks on Tuesday. You know what? We can put this down here too. Tuesday. We're going to take a look at the economic calendar in a second too, because that is. I don't know what time. Watch market. So we're going to look up for that. And we'll keep our eyes out for. 20 and 50 SMA. All right, let's take a look at our pre-market levels. What time do we have? 9:26. Let me take a bite of the sandwich, because I made this sandwich a very long time ago. And you know, I still didn't even get to the cues. I still got to get to the cues. I don't want to listen to that. Let me take a bite of my sandwich that I slaved over for minutes over a hot stove. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm. All right. Let's get it. You want some apple juice? No way. Oh, that was good. All right, let's get some. What time is it? 9:28. Maybe here. What's going on with Tesla? Tesla's at 431. Tesla. That's crazy, Tessie. Motherfucker. That's crazy. They did that nasty run up. Nasty run up in the day. It went up 5. So this is supposed to be historically the worst week of the year right here. It's supposed to be historically, but we're about to find out. It looks like it's going to go green. I swung something overnight, and we're gonna see what it's gonna be looking like. All right, let's get our levels. All right, where are we? 662. We opened 662. Our previous day close was 663.70. All right, so we're underneath the gap threshold, are we? Yeah. Yeah, we're underneath that. So this is how we know our levels are good. We have the UVIX right here. The UVIX is going to follow what the SPY does. And we have the VIX. The VIX is our fear gauge. As you can see, fear low. If this go up, this is going to go down. That's the inverse. I like to look at the 1 minute right there, the 5 right here. I don't have any levels that I'm looking at right now on contracts because it's a little bit too early. We came down though, but we can look not necessarily feel. It's just only cents. Well, no, that's not cents. That's $4. That's $2 right there. That's meat on the bone right there, baby. All right, we're gonna look at those. So right now the calls are red. They're deep red. These puts are shallow. No, they're deep too. Those puts are gonna get worse. As a look of it right now. So far we have a minute run up, 2 minute run up, green. So are we gonna look to fill this? If this goes up, that fear goes up, this is gonna come up right here. As this drops, this is gonna come up. So you're always going to see like these 2 points matter right there. All right, so right now they're looking good. Are we gonna look to fill that? This might just be a up and go. It just might be up and out of here right now. I suppose it's looking like. We're gonna wait to get some confirmation. Here's the 5. Right now we have a little bit of green. Well, we have a lot of green right now. But when we get some confirmation, then that'll help us understand what the next move is. But I mean, it's looking like it's all right. Let's figure out. Oh wow, look at that. Look at this over here on the UVIX. That's big on the UVIX right there. It's getting heavy. Oh, Hood's going to be added to S&P. Interesting. So right now, I'm just looking at a couple contracts right now. I guess due to the levels that we are at now, we can actually go either way. Wow, look at Tesla. Oh my God, that's crazy. Now I had QQQ on the low, and I might take a look at some Tessie. Tesla's crazy. Look at Tesla. Oh my God. Pre-market, it was 430. I think it's at 439 right now. I think it wanted to go for 450. I was thinking 450 last week, but we're about to see. So we have a lot of teetering right now. It's just a lot of chop. We're just looking for some confirmation right now. It's looking that we are going green. We may try and reach for the 664 area. So, that could be a good contract right there, the 664s. Maybe. We don't know. Yeah, the 664s might be good. We don't know. SPY 664 call, and we're also looking at $662 put. Now those puts are getting heavy. Look at that. Look at that. It can be a big chop. But then again, it's a big holiday, and because of that holiday, this upcoming week is usually bearish. I think they said like 8 days. The next 8 days are extremely bearish. So I guess that's a little bit of data right there, but I mean it's still early. Uh, what's tomorrow? Powell. Powell speaks tomorrow. So that's a big. Oh, Fed speaker at 9:45. Fed speaker 9:45. That's we gotta look for that. Mm. Ugh. Good morning. Mm. 3 minutes till event 9:42. We're just waiting for events right now. That's all. We opened at 662.30. All right, this is a good spread. I have a spread right now. Mm. It might be a late day. 9:44. I'm looking for All right, we're getting some green. We're getting some green on SPY. So we have 5 minutes of red, 10, 15 minutes. No, only 15, so that's 10 minutes. Ooh, look at the UVIX. We got a spike on the UVIX. All right, let's see if we can find anything about what this Fed speaker is talking about. You know what? Let me just. All right, let me see if there's a Fed speaker right now. No, no, no. Oh, Yahoo. I forgot about Yahoo. All right, we're going to keep Yahoo Finance up. All right, so they're chopping us up right now. So we can't do anything about that except for, maybe follow the trend. Right now, the trend is going up. In the total market, it is up. But, I mean, you got to play the price. You got to give the play time to cook. Hmm. Mm. All right, nice. Nice. The call's picking up some steam, some speed. So this is essentially where we are looking to reach. Immediately. Tesla broke through 440. Let's go. I'll take it. Apple and Tesla is winning over the market right now. You gotta let this cook. All right, we're up on the contracts that we have. A nice amount. If you bought any of the signals, then you're making some good money right now. All right. The NASDAQ just went green. We made some money. I sold a few contracts. I had 7. S&P is teetering. There we go, 40. I'm gonna see if I can maybe buy those contracts, some of them back for a lower price. All right, let's see what happens here. I bought one back cheaper. All right, it's a couple bucks cheaper. That particular contract right now, $2. No, $4. Or from when I sold it. VIX is down. UVIX is going down too. We get a little bit of a green spike. That means we're going to get a red spike on SPY. All right, right now we're trending down on the 1 minute. The contracts really aren't losing too much juice. So we're going to see if this is the shake for the break. It could be the shake for the break. Green. What time is it? 58. All right. All right, the market's going green. Market is turning green. Hello? Hey. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. He left. No. Yes. Mm-hmm. Bye-bye. Sorry about that. I had a phone call. Ooh, so far hit $30. And Tesla's breaking out. All right, this is a pretty important moment right here for the SPY. Breaking out to the top end. I sold. I had a really extremely heavy position, so I was a little bit quiet. But and like I knew and I like know like but it was still you don't know like what part. But I did sell part of that position for like profit and everything. I just want to take some of the sweat off. The other the other side was the first leg was a positive. This leg is a positive. So we definitely made some money today. We're still making some money. I just took some sweat off the table. I do have a nice size position though, still. It just isn't as heavy. All right, so I took some of that sweat off. These contracts are still in the positive. I just don't know if we're still if we're in the range on the 5. We're still good on the 5. Look at that, but look at those wicks. Look how big those wicks are. On the one's going to do what it does. We're looking for 664.55. Technically. All right, now we're hitting Friday's range. This is end of day Friday right here. This is end of day Friday. We're approaching the all-time highs, technically. We're approaching all-time highs. That was a breakout point right there. That was a breakout point right there. $444 in Tesla. Wow. That contract, I killed that contract. That's sick. That's sick. Where's these guys? Oh my God, these guys are crazy. All right, we're going to take some off the table. We sold some more for profit. We sold more for profit. I think we can hold these two a little bit longer. So we got a couple more. We have two more. If we hit that 664, if we break 664, that'd be a nice. But it just goes into, although you can trust your charts, trust your levels and everything and like what's going on, you still have to sweat the ups and downs and everything, I mean, but look at that five. That five is a clear one channel trade. A clear one channel trade. I mean, they shook us up a little bit in the beginning. Tesla. You see? Look at that. And just like that, But I mean, it's Tesla 441. That's crazy. I hit a little bit higher. All right, so we definitely learned the valuable lesson today, as usual. And it's only 10, 10. The money isn't made, in like, you don't have to sit here, all day. You can sit here and like talk about stuff and like, but the money is made at like at like a certain time. The most volume in the market is within the first like hour, 2 hours, data dependent. All right, so we hit a high of 663.76 so far. That's good. Low 662. What do we have to do to the notes? Excuse me. All right. I guess we can get our pre-market levels. Oh, and we hit our pre-market level too. You see? I didn't even look at that information because that puppy 663. 663. Is it 34? 34. We actually broke through that. That was our high. $661.37. 661.37. Let's bring this up. We don't have that info. We have our open 662, 662.20, 662.20. We're not yet at the close. And these were definitely the contracts to let's put that right there. All right, that could have been a shake. That's not a stop rate loss right here. That's just a losing candle. That's just a rate loss is like on the 1 minute, something like that. That was a shake, yes, but that wasn't anything like that. This was a nothing burger. Nothing burger. That's tomorrow. That's good. And we are going along the 20. We didn't reach this, at least yet. It's 10:15. Boom, boom, high, low. No. Puts, no. Maybe later. All right. That's that. What do I have to bring any notes from here to over there? No. 2050. The range for the 50 is 640. No, so far we didn't go anywhere near going towards that. But we are riding along the 50. All right, I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay in this trade. We're going to see. Oh, and then just as I say that, QQQ, what's going on with QQQ? What's going on? Okay, so we have some red over here on the UVIX. This is good because UVIX go down, SPY goes up. VIX, this is the fear index. Fear is inherently going down. Apparently, last week and over the weekend, we had a little spike, but throughout the day, and now they're starting to trend together. When they start trending together, that's when you look for a vicious move to the upside or downside together. So whichever way, really. So that's good. And these are both ones, right? All right, these are both the ones. Make sure that's important. I'm looking at the correct levels. So we're still over here. I mean, we still have a little bit of meat on the bone, you know. We still have six, and over here for these notes right here, 664.55. So we're looking for, last week's high. We go to reach that, we can go actually a little bit higher than that. I think we're still planning to cater to the big guy. You want to cater to the little guy, because the little guy is going to turn into the big guy with good trading. The other, channels and everything, they, I don't think they necessarily, go with you to, make bread. They make you pay for it and everything. And that's cool. That's cool. It's just, I don't want to do that because everyone else is doing that. All right. All right. Look at that. Look at that. Those contracts have a lot of chance to breathe. Now later on, you see, what they do is they're like, okay, we're going to give you some money. You can make the money on the short end, or they might run it up later on in the day. On the back end, and that's the gamble. You play the volume, and that right there is one trade. That was an ugly wick, I'm not gonna lie. All right, I'm not going to the negative. All right, today was a good day. We made bread. All right, we made bread. Today was a good day. Are we going to sweat these? No, we're not going to sweat these. All right, we made some bread today. All right, notes good. Everything is good. So far, the low today, it'd be one hell of a trade if they come back down here. I mean, it's easy. It's very easy for them to bring it back down here. But I don't think they are. I think this is pretty safe. 17. Boom. Boom. So we're waiting for the close, and we're waiting for the high of the day. And look at that. Look at that. Breakout to the up. Breakout to the up. Yeah, they're not taking it down there to the downside. But those contracts are still going crazy. I still got my eye on them. The 664s. I was also looking at the 663s. The 663s were money too. right here. 663 was money. That was money. Well, of course that was money, but those were the contracts I was looking at in 665. $665 call. All right, they were good. No, we're not even going to touch that right there. And look at that money. I got back in the trade. I can't leave that money on the table. You know what? And I could have had a better trade later on back here. No, that was bad money. That would have been a bad one. That would have been a bad one. No, if we're talking about. Yeah, those are nice. I got back into play. I got back into play. I just can't sit back and just like watch. That's just crazy, crazy. And we still didn't even hit anywhere near like our like target really. Like we're still gonna have to hit that target. That's crazy. I sold out like way too early. Way too early. Oh my god. But you can't be mad about profit. How can I be mad about profit, you know? Like what you gonna do? Like what you gonna do? You can't be mad about profit, bro. So I'm not gonna be mad at profit. And Tesla's doing his thing. Tesla's doing this thing right now. Yeah, today is definitely a crazy up day. Now tomorrow, no, but yeah, okay. You have to say crazy update for SPY. Okay, you have to say crazy update because I'm thinking consolidation. Um, Jerome Powell speaks tomorrow. A Fed chairman spoke today at 9:45. What happened at 9:45? The market dropped until 9:45. Ha! The Fed chair did move the market. All right, so in my notes, I put watch the pre-market for a playground. Okay, that was under the for Jerome Powell. I said watch market for that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I was looking for something for the Fed speaker, but I didn't think that they would move the market too much. But the market still did drop until 9:45. You can't deny that. And this is what this is right here. Exactly what this is right here. So the Fed speaker did that. And that was the time you start buying your calls. And that's when I start buying my calls. I start buying my calls in this wick right here. I bought my calls here. I sold some here. And then I sold some more, I think, like right here. And I just bought one like around like right here. So now, here we go right here. So here go the range of Friday. We're still in the bull market, What are you gonna do? Fight the trend? You can't fight the trend, bro. Now tomorrow I would suspect that, but I have to let me see the economic calendar. All right, so we're making money. This is money right here for us. We're making money. But what's this? Let's get an update on here. All right, so today, let's update this. All right, this was right here, FOMC speaker. So let's see tomorrow. What goes on tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow. That's convenient. All right, so Powell speaks. Hello? Are you serious? I'm so sorry. I thought you left. I'm so sorry, but I thought he was gone this whole time. I thought he was gone. I, wow. All right. So when does he speak? Oh. So we have a member speaking at 9. We have someone speaking at 9. Tuesday. 9 a.m. 10 a.m. 10 10 12:35 9 10 12:35. If you picked up any of those contracts, congratulations. S&P is green for the day. That contract I got is already up. Crazy. What's going on? All right, there we go. There we go. But this was the easy. I mean, yeah, it was an easy trade. Yeah, it was an easy trade. But we are looking. I mean, this is it right here. This is it right here. $664.55. That's what we're looking to do. You know, it's still early. You know, it's still early. It's only 10:30. You know, it's only 10:30. Man, we murdered those contracts, baby. Crazy, 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 crazy. Insane, insane. So now tomorrow, this is a lot of pump. Well, not really a lot of pump. All right, so Powell speaks. All right, we have other Fed members. Now tomorrow could be really choppy, like extremely choppy. All right, so let me see. I mean, it's not going to really matter past Powell once Powell take it down. It's pretty much a wrap after that. Uh, there's a 2-year note auction at 1. That could probably move something. All right, and that's it. And that's it. There's also an auction. So let me also just, I guess we should probably put that. That's data. UCT. All right, we have an auction, a bond auction. Bond auction. Uh, I won my Tesla play too. That was a good play. That was a really good play. Wow, today was the big money day. All right, nice. We're still making money. We are still making money. There's no way that's going to freaking do that. There's no freaking way that's going to do that. There's no way that's about to do what I think that's about to do. Oh my God, that's so sick. This is so awesome. Take notes, people. Take freaking notes. Take freaking notes. Journal is sick. This journal is a powerhouse. 664. Sheesh. Yo, this journal is sick. Oh my God. All right, so this really, really extremely helped my trading out like immensely. Like, and I knew like, well, I didn't know, but no, I figured when it came to trading, there's certain things that you got to do. And when it came to like journaling, I just how important it was. And someone asked me, if I did journal earlier in my trading journey. and I didn't, and I never put it's like a second thought to it. Well, no, I did. I was just being stubborn, and being stubborn it only hinders you. Like, it doesn't hinders anyone else. Like, it just hinders you. That's crazy. Out the park. Yo, those contracts are over 150% right now. The one I have is at 100. Yeah, yep. 140. The 664 is at 150. Wow, I sold way too early. But you sold for profit, earlier, I was like, I don't want to be a pig, because, there's a lot of times I hold contracts like, a little bit too long, then they start turning against you after a while. But this is just a clear breakout signal. This was a clear breakout signal to the upside. What are you going to do about that? I still sold for profit. I still made money. What am I complaining about? What am I complaining about? I think they're talking something right now. Let's go to news channel.
Up and through the supercomputers to the models and to the application layer. And all right, so CoreWeave CEO.
All right. That was my man. All right, we're still breaking out over here. All right, we're making some bread. Let's turn that off before I get copyright. Let's see what other news we can find. Oops. Wrong one. It's the news. Tesla. So tomorrow is going to be, I can only imagine what tomorrow is going to be, We can have a clear breakout, or we can have consolidation. It's kind of hard to retrace when we go through it because we have this drop right here. You see, this is mimicking this essentially to the upside. Boom, boom. That's just consolidation right there. You see? That's the same move. It's just sideways consolidation. This is pretty much this. That's pretty much that. That's pretty much the same thing. Well, that's the one. I mean, you come out right here. I mean, you can see it right there on the 530. You see it right there on the 30. You can see it right there on the 30 too. All right. So boom. All right, we're breaking out. We don't know where we're gonna go. This is it. 40, 50, 55. 55. Reject it. Not. I mean, but that's 15 cents. That's 15 cents. Wow, crazy to the upside. That's crazy. Wow, that's money, baby. All right, he said my chat is disabled. That's that. How would I get to my chat? I have to open up. I have to open up my YouTube studio, maybe. Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. Let me go to studio. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I have to change it. Because it's the minors thing. Made for kids. I gotta change that. Made for kids, no. All right, no. That's what it is. All right, try it now. Try it now. All right. What about now? Oh, right here. Chat mod. Does it work now? All right, sorry guys. I want to check if it works. Does chat work? Chat works. I think chat works. Chat should work now. I'm sorry about that. right. All right, we got that going on. All right, so all right, we're good there. Can you write something and see? Can someone write something in chat and tell me just so I can know if it's working or not? All right. Oh, really? I wonder why. Why can't you hear me? Let me look at these contracts. What is this contract at? They gotta be kind of crazy right now because we're still going up, right? Yeah, we are still going up. Oh my God. I missed out on the fortune. I missed out on the fortune. I missed the fortune. That's sick. Let's go. Talk about being fucking right. Holy shit. Shit. I missed the fortune. I missed out on the fortune today. I missed out on the fortune today. Wow. Wow. Way to be so right. Wow. And I let fear get in my but it's insane. Like it's insane. These numbers I'm looking at are insane. Insane. Like you don't see these numbers if you don't fucking pay attention. You just don't. You won't understand what you're fucking looking at. Like it's crazy. You just don't understand what you're looking at if you don't pay attention to these numbers. Oh my God. What did I say? What did I say? And we're not even like no, we're right there. We went up 52 cents, something like that. No, 45, 47, 47 cents. That's crazy. That's crazy. Look at this. Look how insolvent this thing is. Look, it doesn't even know what to do. It doesn't even know. So sick. So sick. This is what we want. That's what we want. I think technically. All right. So we broke through those levels. So we broke through that. This is our low. Let me update my notebook, my physical notebook, because we're not touching these lows today. That'd be absolutely incredible. 662 17 62 17. Okay. Boom, 62 17. Yeah, we're not gonna go. We're not gonna touch that anymore. All right. That's incredible. Incredible. And oh my god, the other guys. Did they even move? They had to have. They had to have. They had to have. Wow. I wasn't even wrong. God. I wasn't even wrong. It was a timing thing, but too early. Too early. You might as well be late, man. Sometimes. Well, option contracts. You know, if you sweat, I didn't sweat it out. I thought it was done. But why? Why did I do that? Why? 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 My cold sandwich. Mm. I gotta use the restroom. We're looking weak on the 1, but look at where we are on the 5. These contracts are hundreds. They're positive in the hundreds. Like, what are you gonna do? I gotta use the bathroom.
But yeah. Because what's 9:30 happen? It's all too crazy. You got to figure that. You got to figure it out. That lost money. And he, he's mad at me because I got what I got, and I won't give him money back for what happened. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'll be back. Huh? Oh yeah, of course. Okay, man. Love you too, man. Ugh.
That was a long combo / break. Sorry about that. That's done too. All right, we're gonna get out of here. I guess I cheated a little bit. I had a phone call talking to my mother. My mother. I love my mother. Wow, today was a success. Today was a great day. Today was awesome. Good day trading. 922. We're still waiting for our high. We have a high of 659. No, 665. I'm sorry. How the hell did I get that? So far, we're going to check these guys out. These contracts killed it. 664, 63, 65, all killed it. The puts, no, maybe later, maybe tomorrow, maybe. We're going to wait for the close. I'm not going to be on for the close. Today was a nothing burger. Fed speaker, 9:45. I forgot his name. I think that's Trump's guy. Tomorrow, Powell speaks, 12:35. We can definitely look for some price action right there. Then we have Fed members at 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. And we have a bond auction shortly after. This is at 1. I wanted to put that note in there earlier. This is at 1. Of course, not crashing into the 20, but look at that. I already sold out of my other contract. I think I sold out somewhere around here. I think I sold out somewhere around there. All right, but I think that is a wrap. Today was such a success. Oh my God, what a day! What a day! I don't even want to say how much we could have made. But this was crazy. This was crazy. This is a crazy move. This is a crazy move. That is a move right there, baby. Sheesh, that is a move. Insane move. But I was buying my calls. I was buying my calls around here, like in between these two candles. I was buying my calls and I, wrote them up. All right. GG. It was fun. I didn't take a look at the QQQs. On my notepad, on my actual notepad, I have a QQQ watch contract list, but I didn't actually follow through with the QQQ, so I'm not worried about it. All right, I'm out. This was awesome. This was so freaking awesome.